Brock Purdy has quickly become one of the most talked about quarterbacks in today's NFL, but this is an accomplishment that Purdy had to fight hard to earn. From being the very last pick in the NFL draft to competing on the biggest stage in the Super Bowl, Purdy defied the odds and became one of the most respected quarterbacks in the league. Let's find out the scary truth that allowed Mr. Irrelevant to become one of the best in the NFL. Brock Purdy's story begins in Gilbert, Arizona, where he attended Perry High School and became the starting quarterback as just a sophomore. Although his first 2 years weren't spent in the spotlight, he was developing as a young player, hoping to eventually get scouted by major college programs. He stood at about 5'11 and 200 pounds, which although sounds like an impressive build, didn't compare to other prospects who were more physically gifted than he was. During his junior and senior seasons, he led Perry to back-to-back state championship game appearances, although the team fell short in both games. Purdy was a standout player during his high school career, throwing for over 8,900 yards and 107 touchdowns. His strong performances earned him the title of Arizona Gatorade Player of the Year in his senior season. This was enough for Purdy to then receive scholarship offers from multiple college programs, such as Iowa State, Boise State, Central Florida, Texas A&M, and even Alabama. Purdy eventually committed to Iowa State, where he became the starting quarterback and showed flashes of his true potential. Although he never won a national championship, he did lead his team to the 2020 Big 12 championship game, where they narrowly lost to Oklahoma 27-21. Purdy had some impressive numbers and accolades during his time with Iowa State, including breaking school records in career passing yards, touchdowns, and total offense. He also earned himself first-team All-Big 12 in 2020 and received an honorable mention for the Davey O'Brien Award, given to the nation's top quarterback. NFL scouts saw Purdy's success at Iowa State, but it wasn't enough to catch the eye of many NFL teams as the 2022 draft neared. Some of these teams were intrigued, but just weren't sold. And before we continue, if you guys are liking this video so far, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're a brand new channel looking to grow, so it would really help us out and would mean so much. Now let's get back to the video. When the 2022 NFL Draft arrived, it was viewed as one of the weakest quarterback classes in recent memory. There was only one quarterback taken in the first 2 rounds, and the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett with the 20th overall pick. As the draft progressed and Purdy continued to wait, he watched 7 more quarterbacks get selected. These were guys like Malik Willis, Sam Howell, and even Desmond Ridder. It wasn't until the very last pick in the draft that Purdy's NFL dreams came true, where he earned the dubious title of Mr. Irrelevant in a humbling moment. However, Purdy never let this label define him. He entered training camp with a chip on his shoulder, determined to prove that he belonged in the NFL. Even after being relegated to the 3rd-string spot behind Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, Purdy's mindset never wavered, even though his chances to get on the field looked extremely limited. Little did Purdy know that opportunity was coming quicker than he expected. After injuries plagued both Lance and Garoppolo, Purdy was thrust into the starting role late in 2022. Despite the pressure of stepping into a team with Super Bowl expectations and being a 3rd string, Purdy played like a seasoned veteran. He won all 5 of the final regular season games he started and had an impressive 11-2 touchdown to interception ratio. He led the 49ers to 2 playoff wins against Seattle and Dallas before losing to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Purdy's story and success is not only incredible, but also quite similar to another NFL quarterback who was thrust into a similar situation. The scary truth that no one seems to be noticing is just how similar Brock Purdy's situation is to the GOAT, Tom Brady. Now, before you rip us to shreds in the comment section saying, "I can't believe you're comparing Brock Purdy to Tom Brady," just let us explain. Much like Purdy, Brady entered the NFL with little fanfare. In fact, Brady's draft experience was eerily similar. He too was overlooked, falling to the 199th pick in the 2000 NFL Draft. Just like Purdy, Brady wasn't viewed as a future superstar, but instead as a long-shot backup. But the similarities don't stop at their draft day slides. When Brady got his chance, it was due to the starting quarterback, Drew Bledsoe, getting injured. Brady quickly took advantage of the opportunity, eventually leading the New England Patriots to a Super Bowl victory in that same season. Purdy, in similar fashion, stepped in due to injuries to their starting quarterbacks as well, and led his team to the NFC Championship. Obviously, saying that both Brady and Purdy have defied their draft day expectations would be an understatement. Brady wasn't ever supposed to become a starter, let alone the greatest quarterback of all time. Purdy, labeled as Mr. Irrelevant, wasn't even expected to make an NFL roster, let alone lead his team to the Super Bowl. Another huge similarity between Purdy and Brady is how they were both considered system quarterbacks in their early years. No matter how successful the two of them were, fans and analysts alike would say it was merely due to their weapons, offensive line, coaches, and of course, the system. Brady's early success was often considered to be due to Belichick, but over time, he proved that he was more than a product of the system. When Brady left New England to sign with Tampa Bay and immediately won a Super Bowl, it put to rest any doubts about his greatness. Purdy faces the same criticism today. Many argue that he's thriving because of Kyle Shanahan's brilliant offensive system, which is designed to create open receivers and make life easier for the quarterback. But just like Brady, Purdy's ability to execute within the system and make plays when things break down is what really sets him apart. Let's dive into the numbers. When comparing Purdy's rookie season to Brady's first full season as a starter, the similarities are staggering. Brady threw for 2,843 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Purdy, despite starting fewer games, was on pace for very similar numbers, with over 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions in his first 7 games. While the sample size is obviously smaller for Purdy, making it harder to truly compare, his efficiency and lack of turnovers mirrored Brady's. On top of this, through their first 11 starts, their numbers are very similar as well. Brady threw for 2,254 yards, 16 touchdowns, with a 66.3 completion percentage, while Purdy threw for 2,494 yards, 21 touchdowns, and a 67.9 completion percentage. Although it was only the first 11 starts for both quarterbacks, the numbers are eerily alike, showcasing just how similar the two were in terms of production in their first year, although this may typically fly under the radar. Another key resemblance between Brady and Purdy lies in their style of play. Brady wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but he became one of the best quarterbacks in history due to his accuracy and decision-making. He consistently made the right reads, put the ball where it needed to be, and rarely turned it over. He was a master at reading defenses and adjusting plays at the line of scrimmage, which helped him exploit mismatches and avoid mistakes. Brady had a disciplined approach, rarely forcing throws, instead opting for short gains when necessary, but make no mistake, still had the ability to throw long balls. Purdy has shown a similar ability to protect the football and avoid turnovers as well. He also rarely forces risky throws into tight coverage, preferring to take what the defense gives him. This results in a high completion percentage and low interception rate, as Purdy's decision-making emphasizes ball security. But again, even though Purdy will take a short pass when needed, he's shown the entire league he's not afraid to throw it down the field when he wants. The first time these two faced off was on December 11, 2022 at Levi Stadium, which was also Brock Purdy's first official start. He started off hot, showcasing an incredible stat line early. He finished the first half completing 14 of 18 passes for 185 yards and 3 touchdowns, while continuing his streak into the second half, leading the team to a whopping 35-7 victory. Purdy became the first quarterback to beat Tom Brady in their first career start, marking a pivotal moment that showcased the future of the 49ers and the twilight of an iconic career. Although the game wasn't even close, it's incredible to look back and think that this rookie quarterback would eventually draw comparisons to the GOAT. Brock Purdy's rise from a largely overlooked draft prospect to a breakout NFL star is nothing short of impressive. He's quickly proven himself as a reliable and poised quarterback, exceeding early expectations and cementing his place in the league. Given his rapid progression and ability to handle high-pressure moments, it's hard to doubt that he has the potential to lead his team to a Super Bowl victory before his career is done. And there you have it, the scary truth about Brock Purdy that not many are talking about. Thanks for sticking with us and watching. Comment below what you think of Brock Purdy's career. Is he a top 5 quarterback in the league? Let us know. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more great NFL content.